We continue to look at ourselves and see the greatness that Trinidad and Tobago is capable of. Mackay's Rum Cream is a distinctly Caribbean cream liqueur, and its warm and familiar taste is based on ingredients collected from across the Caribbean. Produced here in Trinidad and Tobago by Nice Beverages, a family-run beverage company, we are joined by manager Gregory McGuire this evening, fresh off the heels of receiving a gold medal and recognition as an outstanding international beverage in the cream liqueur category at the Spirit International Prestige Award 2020. Good evening, Mr. McGuire. How does your gold medal feel?
Good evening, Nicky. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. We are delighted, really, to have received this award. I mean, we're just ecstatic about it. It has been a very interesting and tough journey, but I think, as the saying goes, reward comes with the hard work.
So let us know, what was some of the hard work required to get to this point?
Well, I mean, it depends on what part of the journey you want. You're referring to. I mean, we could talk about the award itself and how we got to the award itself, or we could go back and talk about just the whole journey of Mackay's Rum Cream to this stage. So you know, maybe we should just talk a little bit about the history of Mackay's Rum Cream. So we started that, you know, quite a long while ago, kind of hobby, you know, playing around with family recipe and so on. And then we progressed into the commercial stage in about 2014, about 6 years ago. And we have been in the market, in the local market since then. We're in several retail outlets, and we populate all the craft markets, up market, south market, and these craft markets that usually pop up during the course of the year. They have served as very valuable outlets for us as we reach more and more customers. But you know, many a times your success really comes or is recognized when you achieve by competing against the best. That's what our athletes do. You know, our athletes go outside and they compete for Olympic Games and Commonwealth Games and whatever. And similarly with products, if you want to sell your product and if your ambition is to be an exporter, well, you better find the opportunity to go out there and compete among the best. And that is what we did. I mean, we went out there to compete among the best. The SIPS Award is an international award. Lots of major international firms, including our own Angostura, by the way, competed in this competition. And it's really gratifying and amazing that a small micro business still like ours could come away with a gold medal. And it just goes to show that with effort and belief, what is possible.
And that actually preempts my question, the importance of being able to say that we are doing this in Trinidad and Tobago. How significant is that to you?
I mean, that is very, very significant to me, and you know, and for me, it's an outstanding example as well for other small and micro enterprises who are trying to make their way in the world. I would say key to that is belief in what you're doing, belief in your product. You know, and if we could do it, others could do it as well. We are quite proud to be the first to do it, but we've opened the doors, I think, for many others to do it. And from our own standpoint, this medal and this gold really presents a springboard from which we could move on to penetrate new markets, as well as to build our own market share at home.
Has this award changed your trajectory? Because you just spoke of it being a springboard, but has there been any dialogue since immediately after the success at that award? How does it become this springboard for you?
Well, you know, this SIPS International Award is one in which you have judging done by both suppliers as well as consumers of various alcoholic beverages and distributors. So large distributors in the world go to this award function. Of course, this year is a little bit different because of COVID and so on. In fact, that's why we're here in the country now. Other than that, we may have been in California at this time, collecting our award and enjoying the moment. But yeah, so it's very popular, and a number of the large distributors across the globe are there. We haven't received any calls yet, but we are undaunted by that. I think, as in any other field of endeavor, once you have a gold medal and you can, it is a demonstration of quality. As you said at the beginning of the program, Mackay's rum cream is now an outstanding international beverage. And we will use that brand, the boost that the brand has got, we're going to use that, in fact, to build our export base.
Now, we're speaking a lot about the award and what's happening now and the shininess of the medal and this kind of thing, but getting back into the trenches and the hard work to bring it to this, what factors went into the steps to move from being a hobby to move toward being a commercial enterprise?
That is a very good question, DK, and it's a question and it's a hurdle that a lot of people, a lot of micro entrepreneurs struggle to cross that journey. Let me say a few things. I think there are three lessons that I think I've gotten from our experience. One is that there needs to be a bridge. You have to have a bridge to move from your kitchen into commercial production without necessarily having to invest in the huge sums in capital. So that bridge, as well, is provided for us and for many others by Kariri, who in fact support us in terms of the production process. The second important factor, I think, is that the entire ecosystem must be supportive of this. We have had a few retailers, several prominent retailers, who have supported the brand and who now carry the brand on their shelves. But at the same time, there are many others who do not do so. And if you're in a situation where the retail sector is not supportive of local brands, then that will be a second major hurdle for which we could climb. But we've been fortunate and we've had the support of some significant retailers. We wish that we had a broader market base, but that is to come in time. The third important thing I would say is believe in your product and keep innovating. So we have started with one product, which is the Mackay's Original, which in fact won the gold medal. But we also have two other blends now, Mackay's Guava and Mackay's Soursop. So there are three blends that you will see on the market, Guava and Soursop, and the Original. Only the Original was submitted to the competition. Guava and Soursop have not been submitted as yet, but surely they will be. So innovation is important, and we've had a team there that is innovating. And quite apart from the blends, we also make a range of other products from Mackay's. So I'm saying the lesson for us is you can't sit on your laurels and you can't sit down with one thing and expect that alone will take you through. So Mackay's, in fact, is used as the base for making a whole range of things. You know, it's an extremely versatile product. So we do make our own set of signature cocktails, but it's also good for making regular cocktails that people know, in particular mudslides and coladas. You can make it using Mackay's. Mackay's is a wonderful addition. There you go. That's me making some Knox, Mackay's Knox. It's another one of our mousse, I think that would be. So it's good at making chocolate mousse, cheesecake, pina coladas. Mackay's ice cream is beyond this world. It is just Moorish. And I think we just saw a picture of Mackay's salad dressing, which we call the Latvian touch. So that's the versatility of the product we're talking about. So we didn't, there you go, there's a Mackay's mudslide. Just as good, in fact, better and much more tasty and richer than you would find from other mudslides made with other bases. I mean, not boasting, you could try it on and we'll see.
All right, now where we are at.
So yeah, that's the versatility of Mackay's, and I think that has helped us to win new customers, to win over new people, because we typically will share these things out in the markets. but very soon they all will be available for sale directly online or in the retail outlets.
And we look forward to continuing this conversation after this break. Stay with us. We are speaking with Gregory McGuire about Mackay's Rum Cream. Stay with us.
Today, the Mackay's family would like to celebrate the true heroes of this COVID-19 pandemic. Those who are unable to have the luxury of working from home and are making the ultimate sacrifice to keep us all safe, fed, and healthy. To the supermarket workers and delivery workers, the market vendors and the farmers who continue to do their jobs so that our families can have food on our tables.
And obviously, we will put in a plug for the product as opposed to your face, Mr. McGuire. Gregory McGuire, we're speaking with him about Feeling Nice Beverages and Mackay's Rum Cream. But talk to me about the importance of getting that message out there and positioning yourself in this community, in this situation, Mr. McGuire.
You're talking about the current situation?
Current situation, COVID-19 pandemic, and saying that you as an individual as well as representing Mackay's Rum Cream was expressing that kind of solidarity.
Yeah, I think that is really very, very important. The reaching out and saying thank you to all these people who keeping us safe, those who are caring for us, and those who are sacrificing for the country. Having said so, I think that I would like to use this opportunity to ask Trinidad and Tobago to please be safe. The numbers are frightening, and we must all do our part now. It's not about a government thing or the doctor's thing. We must all do our part now to ensure that we remain safe and that we control or get the better of this pandemic. So we have been, been fortunate at this time. There are people who, of course, there are people who still go to the supermarkets and pick up their Mackays. We say that Mackays is the perfect partner, right? So you have to stay at home. So your perfect partner for making memories is to buy some Mackays and enjoy.
And he says that with a smile. No, and the fact that you're speaking about these kind of relationships, the perfect partner, the fact that you would have craft markets be able to, or a little more consistently in the past before the pandemic though, being able to expose new customers or potential customers to Mackay's. What's the significance, or how important is that? Because I will say, having tasted the brand, I like soursop. Being able to taste it at a craft market and then go to a retailer where I hear that it's there, and then asking the person for this, and no, we don't carry that, and I say, yes, look it there. So even like trying to move it from a lower shelf to one that has a little more prominence. What's the importance of those relationships?
Well, they're very, very important. I tell you, I mean, and that's one of the struggles that, and thanks for reminding me about that. That's one of the struggles that, we face and people face. You go to some of the supermarkets and the local brands are given the lowest shelves, whereas foreign brands are given prominence. Now, I know there are commercial reasons for that. I dare say, however, that policy, and that's why I made the point about the whole ecosystem having to support local stuff, because here you have a situation where, foreign brands are given a big advantage over local brands, And I'm not speaking for myself alone. I'm speaking about everybody who makes a local product, particularly a new product, not necessarily established brands like Charles Chocolates and whoever else is in the market donkey years now. But I'm talking about people trying to break into the market, small firms trying to do different things. We need support of the entire ecosystem. I want to take the opportunity as well to talk a little bit about partnerships and about, not necessarily on the retail end, but our stance, our philosophy about focus on corporate social responsibility, things that we do. We use some local vegetables and so on in our mix, and the waste and the seeds and so on are distributed to farmers. Our excess, if we have excess stock, excess raw material, we don't keep them. We find the homes and so on to share the excess with the children there, or with people who are less who are dispossessed and who are less privileged. So we believe in recycling. We believe in nature. We believe in building sustainability. And even though we're a small enterprise, we seek every single opportunity to build sustainability, as well as to be local and use things local so that we can grow this economy.
Now, I see you believing in sustainability, but I also see you believing in making some links, because we have some footage of you speaking to the current Minister of Trade. So there are different ways. So what in terms of policy and the way you're trying to go forward, explain that level of engagement to me, please.
That's interesting. Yeah, and those pics are from the Trade and Investment Convention, actually, and from one of the markets. No, I have been trying my best to tell the powers that be, to tell policymakers about the importance of small and micro enterprises. So this is something that we speak about all the time. And as an economist, I always make the point that it's very different from when I sat in academic circles and making the point about small and micro enterprise and its importance. That's a different conversation now with me, because I am one, because I am actually in the field, so that I could bring to the table a completely different perspective and new perspectives about what is required for this. And so some of the things that we've been speaking with respect to government, of course, is the whole question of, like I said, that bridge that I'm talking about. To bridge people from the kitchen, from the hobby to the commercial stage, it's required to be that bridge. And you got to formalize that and give people an opportunity. I think that export facilitation becomes extremely important. Our experience is that the bureaucracy has its challenges. Things don't happen, as we know, things don't happen in the time frame in which we all anticipate that it should happen. And we could do much better there. And the other thing, of course, is the transfer of knowledge and information. Somehow the communications do not get to the right persons. I am someone who, because of my training and because I'm involved in research and strategic studies and so on, I have accessibility to the right information. I asked myself, is the small entrepreneur in the village really au courant with some of the details required for moving forward? So I've had that conversation with them as well about how you communicate these things. We've also been talking a lot about financing. How do the banks and NEDCO in fact facilitate growth among small micro firms? Without necessarily imposing that huge risk on such micro firms. The need for venture capitalists in this country is one that is very, very evident to me. We once had a venture capital company that really, well, it did not succeed. But I think now, whatever went wrong there, we need to figure that out, because I could feel the definite need for more venture capitalists around.
In terms of figuring it out, we have about 30 seconds. 2 questions though. How do people contact you or Feeling Nice Beverages? And 2, you went down the rabbit hole. Is there anything that you would have taught differently, knowing some of the things that you know now, actually walking that talk?
Let me answer the first question first, which is that, you could go visit our Facebook page and all the information is there via Facebook. Mackay's Rum Cream, the handle Mackay's Rum Cream should get there, and you will get all the information on the company and the product there. I'm not pointing you to the website because it's under review and it's under recovery right now.
All right, well, we look for that. But I think I was just choking fire in terms of asking that question about teaching anything differently. But we want to thank you very much. And your mantra says to share that which is us. And we want to thank you for sharing that time with us, Gregory McGuire. And on behalf of the entire news team, I'm DK Roster. Thank you for joining us. Good night.
Good night, everybody.